all the different people that were there was just insane. Just all different, like Pete Davidson being involved, Snoop Dogg. And the whole thing was entertaining, but in my mind, I'm like, why can't they just do that for Rough and Rowdy? Like, I feel like Barstool can probably put on, they can't get like Bieber to perform and shit, but like for entertainment purposes, they could put on a good show.
For sure. The whole thing was very highly produced. I mean, it's just wild to watch what they put together of these fights, but then like these older guys are getting their belts awarded to them by Charlie and Dixie D'Amelio. Like the whole thing was just like, is this a fever dream? Like what?
Yeah,
is this real life?
Like, talking about Charlie and Dixie like during
like
fights.
Snoop Dogg is announcing, and like Pete Davidson's got a joint in his hand. It's like, literally, is this a dream? Like who put together this event? Justin Bieber's performing. Yeah. Like these guys are fighting. Jake Paul is like screaming from the top of the rope.
It is like it's a crazy dream
so
that
bizarre.
You wake up from. You're like, I was at this fight, and Justin Bieber was performing, and Pete Davidson was blowing a blunt in the commentator's face, and then all of a sudden Charlie and Dixie popped out of nowhere and gave the belt to Jake Paul, who won a fight. Like that is like when you are describing a dream to somebody, those are the steps that are, I mean, the whole thing was incredible, just so funny. All the content that came out of it was incredible. Now we got Jake Paul and Tommy Fury potentially gaining traction again.
I really hope. I think they kind of fell back, but like
Tommy Fury would murder him.
Jake Paul mentioned it in a video. Again, he was like, Tommy Fury, like you're next,
now
whatever.
It's like,
now Tommy's posting about it, and I'm like, let's
please.
get
I really want
going.
Because I really want to see him fight like an actual boxer. I know that's what everybody says. It's like, he hasn't fought an actual boxer.
The perfect mix because he's social media and a boxer.
No, exactly. And it's like, no, Jake Paul has this on lock now. Like he knows what he's doing. He doesn't have to ever fight a real boxer ever. He can just continue to do what he does. And people are going to say, well, he has never fought a real boxer. He's never fought a real boxer. But if he really does fight Tommy Fury, that would be awesome. A lot of people thought that fight was also just like staged.
Rigged,
people thought that was like a rigged like Jose Canseco situation where Ben Askren was like went down and then there was a video of Ben Askren walking out of the ring, like I don't know if that's his wife or girlfriend or whoever with him, smiling ear to ear, like they couldn't be happier. It was like, yeah, he went down in the first round, but he made a shit ton of money. It looked like he didn't train at all. He looked like, I mean, it was a Jose Canseco situation. He did get hit.
Nothing to him, like in the grand scheme of like he's been murdered.
Right. He did definitely MMA. Like Jake Paul definitely hit him hard, but he went down and then he was down for a couple seconds and kind of popped right back up. And then it was the ref who was like, no, it's over. It's over.
And he wasn't dying to keep it going.
Yeah, he didn't really look like he was fighting too hard to be like, no, I'm good. I can get back in. Like you saw him a little bit be like, no, I'm all right. And then they cut away from him and they just showed Jake Paul like freaking out about winning. And then it was just over.
Yeah, at that point when you've cashed in the check, you know that if they're like, hey, you have to fight a certain amount of seconds and you get this check, he's probably like, okay, done. We did one round. Yeah. Perfect. I just made whatever, $1 million bucks, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Awesome. The thing is, I want Tommy Fury and Jake Paul to fight so bad, but I don't know where we go from here if Jake Paul beats Tommy Fury. You know, that's going to be a bad thing for the world. I think Tommy Fury would beat him.
Good for his boxing career,
it would be great for Jake Paul's boxing career, but for Tommy Fury, it would be bad. For the people rooting for Tommy Fury, it's a bad look. Us being like, we hate Jake Paul. Tommy Fury's going to murder him. Like, bad looks all around.
No one also wants to be the first boxer to lose to Jake Paul, you know? Like, he hasn't fought a legit boxer yet. Nobody wants to be the first legit boxer to go down by Jake Paul.
But I think that Tommy is confident in himself as a boxer.
Better than him? I feel like he is.
Tommy Fury has to be bigger than him. I
wonder what Tommy Fury's stats are. I think he's tall.
He's 6 foot.
He's 6 foot? Okay, so Jake has an inch on him.
Jake Paul
says 5'10" on Google, but I don't know.
No, well, he was listed at 6'1", I think, on the when they showed the stats before the fight.
We met Jake Paul. Jake Paul's not that tall.
I'm just saying that's what it says.
They're probably like equal.
They're probably equal. They're probably both around 6 foot.
So, I didn't realize that Tommy Fury's so young. He's 21.
Yeah, super young.
Well, he went on Love Island when he was
young.
like 18?
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
20.
18.
No, I feel like it was years ago.
It does feel like it was years ago. It was only 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, they're around the same age, or I mean, I don't know how old Jake Paul is now. Probably a little older than 21, right?
Jake Paul's 24. Like 24. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it just feels like that would be the perfect step into doing it.
You get the UK viewers.
Yeah. I got a question for you about Matt James, though. What do you think of like him being at all these events? And I feel like after Tyler was on the show, like Tyler brought Matt James everywhere. And I don't feel like Matt James brings Tyler everywhere.
I feel like
Tyler's just like, I'm good.
Gone.
Right.
I feel like
I think so too.
I think he has disappeared from doing that.
He's
type
just
of
happy
stuff.
like not doing that. Living his own life in Florida.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's just that. And like Matt James is just he's gonna get invited to do these cool things.
Right.
Like he's probably just gonna do them.
Right.
I feel like if Tyler wanted to be involved, he could be with Matt.
And I also bet Tyler understands like this next year or whatever, 6 months to a year is going to be Matt's like height of fame.
Yeah.
Where he can do all this cool shit and then he can be like, okay, I did all that cool shit.
Right. You just got to soak it in while you can. And then by the summer, you'll probably be like, all right, I did a bunch of cool things.
Like I fucking blocked Justin Bieber.
Played
like,
basketball
that
with
in
the
your
Biebs.
house.
Where do you go from there?
Yeah.
After you play basketball with Justin Bieber and you block a shot, where can you go from there? Only down.
That's true.
Only down.
That is true.